So I'd like to welcome everyone to our Advanced GIS and AutoCAD Certificate Info session for our virtual open house at Okanagan College today. I really am appreciative of everyone that was able to take the time that will review these slides and this information perhaps at a later date. We know that technically, usually we always have them face-to-face so that we're there to answer your questions, but unfortunately due to COVID this year, we do want the information to get out to our students, and so we're doing the virtual open houses in hopes that you will be able to get the information that you need and that you'll be our students soon in January. So I'm going to go through our slides right now. We're going through the Advanced GIS, which is its own certificate, and AutoCAD as well. We're going to start with the GIS. So the Advanced GIS certificate in the program highlights are you will learn the basics of the GIS systems, you will create maps, you'll edit and manage GIS data, you will learn project management, and then students will also have the opportunity to work on various projects, showcasing their data collection. They'll have GIS analysis, network data sets. They'll also emerge in both knowledgeable in theory and application. And then you will become very viable. You'll have employment skills in consulting, government, and the mining sectors. So our instructor for the GIS program is Shelley DeSantos, and she is the instructor of the Advanced GIS Certificate program. She is in her 4th year of teaching for us. She also owns her own business here in the Shuswap area called Mighty Owl Mapping, which is a GPS GIS data collection. She has a Bachelor of Arts in Geography, currently working on her master's. She has an Advanced GIS diploma from BCIT. And like I mentioned earlier, she's getting her Master's of GIS through VIU. So you might go, well, what can I do with a GIS career? What jobs are there out there for me? So a lot of the things that you might be able to do working in the mining industry, in the forestry industry, you can work for local governments, First Nations bands. Really, the opportunities are limitless with this certificate. A lot of it won't necessarily be being out in the field, but it will be taking that field work in and putting it into a data set that then is readable that you can give out as the projects. What is the course schedule for the GIS certificate program? So it will be full-time online, Monday to Friday from January 6th to May 26th. There will be synchronous and asynchronous learning. So even though it's full-time Monday to Friday from January to May, you won't necessarily be in class, like in front of your computer for 8 hours a day. Online synchronous and asynchronous learning. So what that means is the online synchronous learning is where you're going to log into the computer. You're going to be with your classmates, with your instructor at a specific time for a duration of time. So that would be the synchronous learning at the same time. You'll be learning, you'll be taking in lectures, you might be engaging in projects or assignments at the same time as the rest of your class at a specific time. The asynchronous learning will be, you'll have assignments, projects, materials, information, research that you'll be doing at your own pace. So these will be assignments that will be given to you that you will have to complete. There will be deadlines for that, but you will complete it at a specific time. So you will be required to be in the classroom setting, synchronous learning, for a set amount of time each day. Probably about 2 to 3 hours. There will be, Shelley will be there longer, your instructor. She can answer questions, help you with assignments. If you're struggling, if you have additional information you want from her, she'll be there for you after or before, as well as she's usually available most other times if you want to send her a quick email. So that's the difference. There will be a blend of both of these types of learning. Some of her lectures may be recorded. So if by chance you do work during the day, you may be able to do the work in the evening. So if you have questions regarding that, just make sure you reach out to me as your program coordinator and we can get those answered for you. So the program components in GIS, there is quite a few of them. Some are short, some go anywhere from a week to 2 weeks to a couple days. So some of the projects that are specific for, maybe you have a team project, it might be a week long, a couple days long. And then some of your other components in the program would be 2 or 3 weeks, even a month long as well. So just briefly, GIS 101, this is just the essentials course of how to understand our GIS software. We're learning the fundamentals of cartography. So there's just many courses. There's lots of information. If you have other questions, just don't hesitate to reach out to me. There'll be my contact information at the end of the slides. So what are the program costs for GIS? Firstly, I'd like to refer you to the map that you see on the screen here. So this map was actually something that our students created, one of our students created as their GIS project last year. So our students did start off face-to-face, but then had to move to online learning during the middle of their year due to COVID. So one of the really interesting things that it brought up was projects. So you may be working somewhere that uses GIS. You can use the projects that you're working on as your school-based projects and assignments, because there's nothing better than learning how your schooling relates to your job or to your career or what interests you. So this is what interested the student, and he created a map with different information related to all of the information he pulled for COVID and the spread of it. This was back in March. So many interesting projects that you can have in this program. So the program cost, the tuition is $7,954. The materials or fees are approximately $100, which would be your textbooks and stuff. And then you are required to have a laptop, a desktop with a webcam or mic. So even though we ask you to have a webcam, you don't have to use it. You are not required to show your video if you don't want. That all being said, it is so much more engaging if when you're in the classroom setting, talking to your students, doing projects, talking to your classmates, talking to your instructor, if you can see each other. When you can see each other's face in a live-to-live setting, such as Zoom, which is about as physical closeness as we'll get right now, it just brings the experience more. You get to reach out to your students, you get to read how they're doing, you can, it's just having that face-to-face component through Zoom is so much better than if you don't, but just know that it is not a requirement. The other thing is there's some computer requirements that will be required. I do have a link on the slide there. So if you have questions regarding what your computer requirements would be, please don't hesitate to reach out to me and I can give you that information as well. You can also see it's on the ArcGIS website. So you can go there, arcgis.com, and then just go to system requirements. It'll tell you what you need for your computer. As for the software, we'll have the software available to all students, and what you would do is it's called VMware, which just ultimately means a virtual machine. You log into Okanagan College, you log into, say you log into a computer, you have your computer open, but you're logging into a desktop that is held at our Kelowna campus with all of the information for your software needs. So you have a virtual desktop on top of your desktop that you can access all of the software, all of the programs. You do not have to buy any software specific components for GIS for this program. We supply that all to you. So that was the GIS components. I'm going to briefly go through the AutoCAD Skills Certificate. So this one is typically hosted every fall. Right now is the middle of our cohort. So the next AutoCAD Skills Certificate we have will be next fall, but applications are open for that now. This is our schedule that we're going on right now, so it will be very similar to this next year. It may just be out a day or two. So it's usually from October to the middle of January. It runs Tuesdays and Thursday nights from 6 to 10, and then Saturdays from 9 to 1. Right now we are virtual. Hopefully next fall we'll be able to bring this back face to face, but if a virtual offering is recommended, then we will definitely go virtual. If you have questions on that, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. But what I'm going to talk about today is our virtual offering. So the tuition is $3,319, and the graduation requirement, so you must pass each course with a minimum of 60% in your course. The tech requirements are similar to GIS, so a laptop or desktop with webcam. Once again, you don't have to show your video, so if you don't have a webcam, that is okay, but it is preferred. Then I also have an information here on what the system requirements in your computer would be to operate the AutoCAD. We also have all the software as a virtual machine based out of our Kelowna campus as well. So you do not need to buy any software programs for that. Although as a student, you can obtain the free AutoCAD license from Autodesk. This would be the information here. So there is this material option. If you do want this, although it's just optional, not required, you can order it from the bookstore in Kelowna as well. So AutoCAD is composed of 2 modules. We have AutoCAD 001, and that's 70 hours. And this course covers the basics of AutoCAD drawing. It includes 2-dimensional drawings, editing tools, organizing drawing objects on layers, adding text and basic dimensions, and then working within your paper space and model space to prepare and plot. And then AutoCAD 002 is 78 hours. And this will teach students advanced techniques to use within AutoCAD. And it includes styles and advanced object tools, drawing management, conceptual design, layout, and advanced plotting, space planning areas, and customization. So it's an advanced level of the fundamentals of 001. So what are some of the industries using AutoCAD? Architecture, civil engineering, electrical engineering, facilities management, interior and landscape design, mechanical engineering, structural engineering, surveying, and manufacturing. So really the sky is the limit with this program where you want to take it. So now we might go, okay, so how is online learning? How are the courses delivered? What are our student resources? And what's next? So we're going to go through those as well. Once again, there will be synchronous learning and asynchronous learning with this course, very similar to how I described in GIS. So you will have Tuesdays and Thursday nights, there will be some synchronous learning where you will be in with your classmates, and then some asynchronous learning, we'll be doing assignments on your own. Resources that are available for all Okanagan College students. So we have financial aid and awards. This is a great resource for all students, whether you need to have access to information on part-time studies grants. Grants are money that you do not have to pay back. There'll be student aid loans or student loans from the provincial government. So a loan is money you would have to pay back. Financial aid and awards also administers all the awards for the Okanagan College Foundation. We have over $1 million that we hand out to students every year. And what I would always recommend is that you apply for awards, apply. There's so many times awards never get handed out because students don't apply. So there is eligibility criteria for these awards. So you may not be eligible for all of them, but any that you are, I would recommend that you apply. Our accessibility services at the college, this would be if you have a learning or cognitive disability and you need some additional help, whether it be with tech resources, we've talked to text, dictating, you may need additional time on your exams and quizzes and assignments. So you would have to have a specialized IEP. You'd go through our accessibility services coordinator and she would set that all up for you. Every campus has an Aboriginal Student Center with an Aboriginal Student Transitions Mentor that's there to make sure that your journey at Okanagan College is the best that it can be, able to support you, and it doesn't matter what race, nationality, culture, gender, what you come from, everyone is welcome at the Aboriginal Student Center. We also have the Learning Center or Success Center, so we have tutors. These tutors can help you in math and science and writing. A lot of courses, you may need additional supports in those. So maybe with AutoCAD or GIS, it might be in math, or if you have project-based or essays, you may need additional help with writing. They can help you with proofreading. They can help you with the organization and the structure, or whatever you may be struggling with. For the most part, our tutors will be able to help you. This is available to any student at Okanagan College. We also have our advising and counseling services. So advisings would be there, our advisors are there for, you know what you want to do, but you need to make sure that you get all the proper requirements and the prerequisites for the courses. So you talk to the advisors. The counseling services are there for if you don't know what you want to do in the future, you may have an idea of what you enjoy. The counseling services are there to direct you. Maybe this would be an option. This is a career. This is an educational goal for you. They're also there to help you with personal counseling services. We know that with dealing with COVID right now, many of us have difficulties. It could be anything with family, personal, emotional support. Our counseling services are available to you one-on-one through Zoom sessions or on the phone, and they're available to any Okanagan College student. Our library services are excellent. What the library offers are second to none. Sometimes you don't realize that the library, the librarians, the support staff there, they can help you if you're researching projects, if you need to find information, if you need to find data. The librarians can help you find that information and help you where to, and show you where to look for it. Our libraries have resources on magazines, on different data, on different movies, there's just so much that you can access through our library that if you've never been to our library website at the college, I would definitely recommend that you go there. Our libraries at each campus are also open, so that Salmon Arm, Vernon, Kelowna, and Penticton, they are open. If you need to go to the library in person, you just phone them up or you make an appointment on the website. You go in mainly, that's just so that we can track who's been here in case there's any outbreaks or anything like that. But definitely check out our library. We also have a new funded program. It's for the Co-op Student Employment Services, and they create interactive workshops to make sure that your next job application stands out from everyone else. They have workshops on resume and cover writing, cover letter writing, on how to maximize your skills and experience, on networking, and they can also do one-on-one personal resume and cover letter review sessions. They'll do mock interviews and job search tips. So the contact for that would be Allison Beaumont, and her contact information is at the bottom of the screen. WorkBC is an excellent resource if you're looking for funding on how to fund your program or your course. They do a lot of funding for these skill-based certificates. So AutoCAD, landscape horticulture, GIS, these are all certificates that can help you get a job relatively quickly with not a lot of time commitments for your education. So all of these courses can be completed within 4 to 6 months. So under a year is what WorkBC will usually fund. They will go potentially more, but usually certificates under a year is something that they will fund. So if you need a certificate or training to help you get a job, they'll help you with workshops on creating your resume and increasing your employability. And if you, anywhere in British Columbia, if you want to reach out to WorkBC to see if you're eligible for the criteria so that you can get funded for the program that you want to take, just go to the bottom of the screen. It says apply.workbc.ca, and that will take you to your local WorkBC in whatever region in British Columbia that you're there for. So the other things, not only does WorkBC have the potential to pay for all of your tuition and your books, but it also can give you a living allowance for the duration that you're in the school. So I really want to thank everyone for attending this virtual open house. And if you have any more questions about our programs or courses, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, or you can go to our okanagan.bc.ca program-search and search all of the programs that are available. If you have questions, you can go to okanagan.bc.ca/ask, and this will put you in touch with a recruiter or an advisor that will be able to help you answer your questions. If you want to apply for a program, you just go to okanagan.bc.ca/apply. You know the program that you want. You just log into EduPlanner, which is a provincial education planner portal that a lot of post-secondary institutions in British Columbia use. You log in there and you apply for the program. If you go to our Okanagan College website, in the top right-hand corner, there's a little box that you can search. You just press apply, you put in apply and click, and it will take you to the web page where you can apply. So if you have any other questions or concerns or comments, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My contact information is on the slide there. My name is Mandy, and I'm the program coordinator in the Shuswap region, and my email is mbell@okanagan.bc.ca. Thanks.